For nurse Laura Bogdan, in the unit just 6 weeks, this will be her first time into surgery with her tiny patient. The operation is handled by pediatric surgeon Dr. Enrico Grizzoni.
I'm ready to start now. It's going to be 2 hours.
The operation begins. For the baby's benefit, the OR is kept stiflingly warm. 1:30 p.m. The OR's phone rings, the call for Laura. It is the long-awaited news. When she signs off on this surgery, her name will be followed with the initials RN. 3 p.m., and the reporter is getting some hands-on experience in a field he is obviously lacking. The day and the week are nearly over. Nurse Lisa Carbone is making her goodbyes. She is going on maternity leave, expecting her first child. Even here, and maybe especially here, they know life goes on. We have to tell you that baby came through the surgery just fine. We also have to say a big thank you to Metro General Hospital. Quite a bit of courage to let us in there unescorted. We were allowed to have free run of the place. And to do that with a television crew is unusual. But we came out with a series that can't be beat.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Marty.
Well, a debate rages on all across America over the winner of the running mate debate.
Eleanor Hayes has reaction to that showdown from the World and National Desk. Eleanor.
It's of little surprise tonight that both Republicans and Democrats are claiming victory. George Bush says Dan Quayle came through with flying colors and was outstanding. Michael Dukakis, on the other hand, says Lloyd Bentsen was so good the debate was no contest. Much of the post-debate talk centers on when Quayle compared himself to the late John F. Kennedy.
I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency.
I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
President Reagan has also thrown in his opinion, applauding Quayle and saying Bentsen's Kennedy remark was a cheap shot. A New York grand jury today may have gotten the last word on the celebrated Tawnee Brawley case, but don't bet on it. Today, it released its report that says the black teenager made up her story of being kidnapped and raped by a group of white men. The grand jury also accuses her lawyers of spreading lies and says their actions will be investigated. Authorities in Detroit say they see no point in charging a 4-year-old boy who murdered his father. The boy says he shot his father in June to stop him from beating his mother. A prosecutor says the boy just could not have had criminal intent. Police are amazed that he was able to pull the trigger. In Chile today, the government's cabinet resigned and hundreds of people danced in the streets. This after people used the power of the ballot box to say no to 8 more years of military dictator Augusto Pinochet. It's being called a victory for democracy, but that remains to be seen until next year's election. A second day of rioting in Algiers forced the government there to declare a state of emergency. The military has rolled in to bring calm after demonstrators took to the streets to protest rising prices. And a newborn is called a bundle of joy, but a Chicago area woman has given birth to what you might call a jumbo-sized bundle of joy, weighing in at 15 pounds, 7 ounces. The 2-day-old girl is already wearing clothes designed for 6-month-olds. And you have to believe her mother when she says she was mighty surprised, but awfully happy. And that's a real handful. And that's all for now from the World and National Desk. I'll be back if there are any updates. Tim and Robin.
All right, thanks, Eleanor. Well, the Browns may be struggling on the field.
But they are having no problems at the ticket window.
Yeah, in fact, those people that complain about games not being on local TV are going to have no problem. Some good news concerning that and all the sports next.
On the next USA Today, rating the debate. Second by second, our People Meter shows you what voters really think of Quayle and Bentsen. America gives $93 billion to charity, and top celebrities are the reason. See how they get you to open your wallet. And our profile, Jimmy Connors. The aging fireball gives us a glimpse of life after tennis. Nothing moves faster than the USA Today.
USA Today, the television show, tonight at 7:30 on TV8.
When I tell my kids about the good old days, it's hard to remember that things weren't so good. Back then, the nearest doctor was 30 miles away, and people really didn't know all that much about raising healthy kids. But today, there's no excuse. With the kind of health care I make sure my family gets, they're thriving. Sure makes me feel good, for kids' sake.
Brought to you by Health Maintenance Plan from Community Mutual, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Because just any HMO won't do.
Ooh, you'd better hurry. Remember, you're seeing the doctor today. Okay, bye. Bye. We've been members of HMP since before he was born. You see, HMP is there when we need it. When we're sick, for prescriptions, even for regular checkups. No hassles. Just first-rate care that saves us money.
Thanks, bye.
So for us, just any HMO won't do. It's got to be HMP. Backed by the leader, Community Mutual, Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Stain-resistant carpets with Scotch Guard stain release protection as low as $9.99 a square yard, and Carpet Barn throws in the pad and labor. 12 months interest free at Carpet Barn.
Today you can own a pair of leather shoes taken from the finest hides without anything being taken out of yours. Today it's Tom McCann.
Well, the Browns are off to a 3-2 start, but you'd think by ticket sales they were 5-0.
Through thick and thin, the fans sure have responded. For the first time in 8 years, the Browns have sold out 4 home games, starting this Sunday with the Seahawks, the following week against the Eagles. That game will be broadcast right here on TV8. Also, the Bengals, Steelers banged out. The last time they sold out 5 games was 1970, and it's going to be real important for the House of Thrills to be a pit for visiting teams, because with all the injuries, they're going to need some help until everyone's back and healthy. Well, one area they don't need help is with the kicking game. Matt Barr has been superb, but as John Telich reports, Matt may be thinking about a new career after football.
Mike Check, Mike Johnson, Mike Junkin, Mike Tyson.
Matt Barr may need practice as a sportscaster, but as a kicker, he has been nearly perfect. His first try was blocked, but since then he's been like Bo Derek, a perfect 10. 10 for 10.
A lot of things have to happen for the field goal to occur. Good snap, good hold. I just look at myself as being able to contribute to that effort if the offense stalls.
While not a debate of the magnitude of Benson and Quayle, many felt Barr couldn't connect from over 40 yards since surgery, but against the Colts and the wind, Barr drilled it home.
A lot of times I've been given flack for supposedly being